So this is the Thursday. It's just before 6 o'clock in the morning. A friend Adam, who I'll put his channel link in the description, he broke down last night. One of his needles was stuck in his float bowl, and he was on his way to London to stop over before heading out. And also, I managed to, I was driving home last night, and this badger fell off, which is the latch that holds the roof on. Not ideal, and what looks like it is the handle and the dolly that sticks inside and fastens the roof down, and then there's a bolt or a screw that holds them both together, and that's sheared off inside that dolly, so I need a new one of them really. So we're going to call past Nuneaton on the way down and go and see a friend from the club, Martin, who may or may not have some spare bits for us. Adam's got his car going now though, so we're going to all meet and reconvene at the campsite at Le Mans tonight, and 600 miles away, and do a little bit of maintenance. So this is the beginning of day one, and I am absolutely knackered. So I'm about an hour away from Dover now. The weather's been absolutely shocking the whole way. Had to do a bit of a detour and stop off and grab some parts for Adam that's got down there already. Well, he's nearly there. So I'm going to hit Dover. I've been driving for about 5 hours now. Car's not missed a beat. The only thing that was that the fans cut out. So when I was in traffic trying to get through, I think it was Oxford or somewhere like that, or Coventry, the fans weren't working, so it started to overheat quite badly, and it blew the top hose off the radiator. Luckily, it didn't lose too much water, and I had a spare jug, and the fuse had blown in the fans. So I just wrapped it. I didn't have a spare fuse, so I just wrapped some wire around the fuse, stuck it back in, got them working again. Grabbed a fuse from one of the services, so that's where we're at. So I'll see you when I see you. So, I've got good news, and I've got some bad news. The good news is I'm in France. I've got about 250 miles, about 3 hours, nearly 4 hours to go. The bad news is I got off the ferry at Calais. I stopped off at the services on the A16. There's still quite a wobble at the front, which I'm not bothered about. I'm sat at 60, I'm chilling. But I got some oil, and I was listening to the engine tick over, and I can hear a knocking. It's not valve train, it's from the centre of the engine, near the bottom. Which will mean a bearing, one of the main bearings maybe, or a conrod bearing. Yeah, so it's a bit of a showstopper really. So I'm just going to ignore that, I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear it. I'm just going to carry on and then just not think about it. And then on the drive home, I'm just going to turn the music up. The only good thing is there's a silver lining to that. Was this engine I bought, I had no idea about the condition of it. All those years ago, 4 years ago now, all those years ago, 4 years ago, I literally found one for the right money. Yeah. The guy didn't know anything about it, and I didn't know anything about the got some fuel in it and fired it off, and it ran. So I thought, no noises, no bad sounds. So I thought, yeah, great, let's get it in there, let's go. So I alluded to this earlier in an earlier video when I changed all the cam out, because the cam was very tired. And now I'm starting to think that potentially the rest of the engine's probably that tired as well. So, as a contingency, about a year ago, I went looking for a 3.5 litre, a replacement engine as a spare, something that rough, cheap, that I can rebuild in my own time at home. And I got one, a couple £100, got it back. The guy couldn't sell it. He was like, I've been trying to sell it for ages, nobody wants it. So I was like, okay. Got it back. I was like, got it back, and I took it to pieces. And it's literally brand fucking new. Excuse pardon the French, but yeah, when it broke, it's absolutely spankers. So I might just tart that up and put it in this, maybe a bit of an engine swap. Now the secret that I didn't want to let on was that me and a friend of mine, Adam, again I'll link his channel in the thing, who has a similar car to mine, same exactly, but more original. We were planning a road trip to Germany, you know, ferry through France, Belgium, Luxembourg, down through the Black Forest of Germany, past Munich, and then head home. And it was about 2,000 miles all up. That's not going to happen with this engine, obviously. So when I get home from this, when I drive the car home, not if, when, it's going to be an engine swap by the sound of it. And I don't know if you can hear that whining noise as well. That's either the thrust bearing that I've knackered when I was pressing it on some bearing carrier and it's making a noise, or it's a bearing inside the new box, reconditioned box, lost the receipts. So it looks like I'm going to be taking the engine out, gearbox off, putting the old box back on because there's not that much wrong with it really, and then putting on a new engine, and then putting all the gubbins off this one onto that one and then getting it in. So that's the plan. 3 hours to go, and then I've got to drive home.